And a jolly good afternoon to you from a rather overcast summer's day here in northern Poland. I'm in a town that's spelled Tczew, and I'm informed that this is pronounced Tczew. It's virtually impossible for a British tongue to say it, so I hopefully will not have to say it more than a couple of times. Tczew. That's about my 50th attempt. The other 48 attempts were with a Polish person listening to me and finding it quite amusing how difficult I found it. So I think I'm almost there. But anyway, that's where I am. It's approximately 30 kilometres from Gdansk, and which is about 20 miles. And it's on the river Vistula, or Wisła in Polish. Now that river runs right the way through the middle of Poland, including through the capital of Warsaw, Krakow, and one or two other notable cities along the way too, and eventually ends up here and empties out into the Baltic Sea. Well, not here, near Gdansk, where it empties out into the Baltic Sea. I'm going to be visiting one or two towns in this general area, but this is the first one. I understand it's got quite a nice old town and a park and a historic bridge which has some significance relating to the Second World War. I'll have to look up a bit more information on that, because I can't quite remember what it is at the moment, but I shall hopefully find a sign in English. I shall do some Googling. So let's go for a little walk around this town. Won't be a long one, not going to be here for very long, just got a few hours here and time just to see what this place is all about. But one thing I will say, anyone that's interested in visiting Poland, obviously there's the headline places such as Krakow, Warsaw, and also Wrocław is also a fantastic city. Some of the smaller cities are well worthy of a little look as well, so give it a try if you're ever here. I've ended up here slightly by default, but as usual, you make the best of these situations and enjoy what you find. So let's have a little look. It's a bit of a suburb here, and basically I'm on a tour with some friends here to see some gigs in Poland and Germany, and en route to Katowice tomorrow, which is quite a long way from here incidentally, or close to Katowice anyway. We've ended up here, so all's good. Can have a little look around, see what we see, and I'm not going to go for a 61st attempt at pronouncing the name of the town, because it's already eluded me. My muscle memory in my tongue is non-existent today. But here we go. Let's have a look. So the accommodation we're staying at is just a small, rather inexpensive hotel that was booked through booking.com. Oh, it's very nice actually. It's about £40 I think for a room, without breakfast. So it's called the First Hotel in Tczew. Okay, I'm not going to say it anymore, because if there are any Polish people watching this, they're probably laughing at my poor effort. Okay, so we're away from that little suburb of the town and appear to be entering a park now. I can't find the name of the park. Didn't even seem to have it on Google Maps, which is a bit strange, but we did We did circumnavigate it on the way to the hotel earlier, so I do know it is definitely a park. Tennis courts there hidden behind the fencing. I hear voices. I think someone might be in there playing a game. Right, there's a footpath here that takes you into the park. It's more of a woods really than a path, I suppose. If there is a difference. It does have a kind of a feeling of being a little bit unloved. It's quite natural. There's not a lot of manicuring going on, and there's one or two little groups of people. Let's say that. Well, let's put it like this: if you understand the distinction of this, it seems to be somewhere where you would hang about rather than hang out. If you understand my meaning. So I possibly wouldn't be walking through here at night, but it's nice enough. There's a family down here and a fountain going on, but back there seems to be one or two slightly menacing looking young adults, so I don't know, perfectly okay I should imagine, but you can never tell. Again, the fountain really, I mean, it's looking a little bit rough around the edges, I'll say, but I'm going to have a look at it anyway. It's a little bit like someone's poured washing up liquid in there. Bit of a shame, because this would be really nice if it was just kept a little bit smarter. Right, onwards we go. If my sense of direction's working okay, then I can wander out the park over this other side up here and head towards the old town. I think I kind of circumnavigated it on the way in here as well earlier on. But it's about a medium-sized sort of town really. I think it's got a population of about 70,000, so it's not a tiny place. I was slightly disappointed by that park, I have to say. I thought it was going to be a little bit more picturesque than that. Still, there you go. Still a green open space in the middle of the town, which is always a bonus, I think, anyway. So I'm panting slightly because that was quite a steep set of steps to come out of there. It's in like a little bowl. Just heading towards the old town. Miasto. Should begin just over this road, I think. Yes, I did nearly trip over then. There is a sign, unfortunately it's only in Polish, explaining the history of this area just here. It's like old walls, like city walls. entirely sure where it's coming from, but there's a very nice cooked food smell wafting around. I've not seen any restaurants or cafeterias or anything like that here. Somebody somewhere is cooking something very flavoursome. Just on this sort of the edge of the old town now. According to Google Maps at least. Signs saying in Polish. And there's also been graffiti, which doesn't help much. As in, if you use Google Translating on the camera, you'll probably get a reasonable translation of that. Never mind. It's the town walls, isn't it? People have lobbed rubbish over it, but there you go. Yeah, according to Google Maps, when we get up here, this is the busy area. Just around this corner, this is probably the old town square. Doesn't seem very busy at the moment, but maybe it will be. It is a Wednesday. And it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's perhaps to be expected, and it's not going to be particularly busy at this sort of time, but we'll have a see anyway. Certainly some nice looking buildings here, as I always say. They might modernise the lower levels. Quite often they don't modernise the higher levels, so look up in London, Berlin, Tczew, wherever you may be. If you look up, you can quite often see some really interesting architecture. And here is no exception. There you go, you see, ground level, a kebab shop, opticians, or no, a porcelain shop. I did see an optician somewhere. It's not really a very warm day, even though it's summertime, so hence you haven't got the small child jumping in and out of the little fountain, getting completely soaking wet. I'm sure if you come on a slightly warmer day, you will find that. Bit of a party going on over there. So I do rather like it here. Certainly got some interesting old buildings, despite what Google Maps said. This is it perhaps is a busy area at sometimes, but it's certainly not right at this moment. There's certainly plenty of little cafes and restaurants, bars and so on and so forth around, so I guess they are frequented, particularly at the weekends. Interesting shop. Second hand from London. And another little square. It's a slight shame that some of these signs here are not in other languages other than Polish. I shall Google Translate that and then pop it on the video kind of now. and Landowski. It is a fairly small old town area in comparison to the big cities, but I guess that's what you'd expect in a smaller town. Pretty much in the centre of things here now. I'll just past them really. Slightly more modern up this bit, and I think once I've got to the end of this semi-pedestrianised little bit, then it'll be a right turn and go back in, carry on in a kind of a clockwise direction back round to where we started, and then head down to the river. Seen this sign a few times here in Poland. Got absolutely no idea what it's advertising. Right, so turn back round now, heading back towards the old town. Just gradually got less of an old town and more of a modern functional town really. So you can see those anywhere. So I head back, do a bit of a loop round there, see what else there is to see. One thing's for sure, if you like kebabs, then this is your place. There's plenty of kebab shops. So there's a kebab smell in the air as I walk now. There's probably about 4 or 5 of them all along this road alone, so that'd be possibly why. Go past Fart again. Back to this nice little square. Well, it's not really a square, is it? It's a round. A round square. Take this route back down this way. Yeah, it is quite small and compact little old town area, but it's nice enough. And if you're in this general part of the world, I would say it's worthy of a visit. If you're staying up, say, on the coast there at Gdansk or Gdynia, Sopot, along the beaches there, and you wanted a day away from all of that, then here would be quite an easy place to get to. I don't know what the train's like to get here from, but there is a train station, I did notice that, so presumably you can get here. If you're in a car, then you could perhaps also go to Malbork and Malbork Castle, which I understand is absolutely brilliant and well worth a visit too. So possibly half a day here and half a day there would be worthy of your time. Right. Okay, I think, yes, we're back to the main square now really, with the little fountain. So I'll take a wander off now towards the river and the bridge. Probably just go and check out what that is as well on my way. Well, the historic bridge across the river is closed, but that's not going to stop me. I'm still going to go to it. You can still get there even if you can't go in and look around. Not entirely sure why it's closed. Hopefully there'll be some sort of sign explaining why, but I presume renovations, something along those lines. But we're going to have a look anyway. It's about a kilometre's walk from here, so I'll only add some more video in between here and there if I see something of interest along the way. I'll just be walking out the other side of the town from where I came earlier on. Cultural centre. It is quite a nice town though, all said and done. And with, well, if I could understand some of the signs, quite a bit of history. Right, well there we have the Vistula Bridge. And it's widely regarded as the place where the Second World War began. It's quite a long story, I've just been reading it, so I shall put that in the description box, because I'll only get it wrong if I try and say it now from memory. But yeah, it's temporarily closed for renovations, which is a shame because it's would be certainly worthy of a visit, I'm sure. I'm not sure how long it's going to be closed for. As with many of these things, they do seem to take an awful long time to complete the renovations. We'll walk up to it anyway, get as close as possible and just have a look. But yeah, it's certainly steeped in history, dating back to, well, prior to the Second World War, but it was at this location when they tried to attack it and presumably blow it up, that the Second World War started. So yeah, historical place indeed. Not sure if railway trains can still run across it at the moment, or it's just the historical visitor centre that can't be visited. So if I hang around long enough, I might see a train go across. The overhead power lines there. And the river flowing from right to left there, out towards the sea, not all that far away from here. I have to say, it's not that much wider here than it is in Warsaw, which is a very long way away from here. It is wider, but not that much wider. I'm just going to head back now towards the accommodation. It's been quite a long day today travelling, so this was just a bit of a quickie, having a look around this town while there's a few hours here to kill, and very interesting too. So I'm just going to head back along the river. Always nice to walk along the river, even if it is a bit kind of overgrown and so on. But yeah, I'll just pop on any other bits and pieces I see along the way, and that'll be that for this. But I will put some notes in the description with regards to the bridge in the old town in English for those that struggle with the Polish, which is nearly everyone if you're not Polish. So yeah, if you don't come back, thanks for watching. Click the like, subscribe and all that sort of thing if you do. But if I see anything of interest, I'll pop back and mention it when I get there. This walk, incidentally, will have been approximately 5 kilometres by the time I get back to where I started earlier on. It's quite a small town. I do see something that resembles a little cafe just ahead, so I have a feeling we're going to be popping in there for some refreshment along the way. And I can see a train going across. So when it says it's temporarily closed, it must mean it's temporarily closed as a tourist attraction, because there is definitely a train going across it. And interestingly, I've just noticed as I look round, I always find this quite interesting, the flood records of this river. Now, if you look down there, how far down it is, and I don't know if it's it is summer, maybe it's very low for the time of year, but if you look there, 1816, 20th of March 1816, the river reached virtually the top of this brick thing here. The most recent 2010 I can see there, May 2010. I presume that's 10.41 metres above normal river level, so that's really high, isn't it? Can you imagine this river being this high? Because it's really wide as well. 2006, yeah, 2010, 1924 it was pretty high. But yeah, 1816, that must have, that would have just flooded. Looking across here, that's higher up than everything that you can see right the way across there. Must have been a very rainy year.